Hello, and welcome to episode 25 of the BABYMETAL podcast. It's November 24th. Is it? What is it? Yes, it's November 24th, 2019, here as we record. The podcast is a place where we gather on alternate weeks to discuss news and thoughts on the past and future projects of BABYMETAL. We invite you to join us, whether you're a longtime fan or have only just arrived. I am Paul, and I am joined by Kevin.
What's up, everyone?
And Garrett.
Hello.
And possibly, depending on how good Garrett's editing is, Garrett's bird.
Maybe. We'll see.
Almost certainly you will hear something from the bird.
It's inevitable. He has a mind of his own.
Fourth host.
Yeah. But okay, so it's been a little while since we've recorded. The last things that we recorded were the review of Metal Galaxy. And that took quite a long time, and there's a fair amount of stuff that has happened in the meantime. So mostly now what we'll do, I guess, is just talk about the various news bits. It's not going to be completely chronological, but just whatever order is in the show notes, I guess.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess the first thing to talk about is that the Metal Galaxy World Tour in Japan happened. So the shows at Saitama Super Arena and Osaka Joe Hall, November 16th and 17th, and November 20th and 21st. So.
Yeah. Cool looking stage.
Should we clump up like the set lists all together? Because we could go ahead and say they were all the same, except for one, maybe. I think. Can somebody verify that for me? We had the same set list, all four, right?
Yeah, and I think it was also the same set list as the forum, except for without Headbanger.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they switched out what? Give Me Chocolate for that, I believe. No.
Oh, I don't know. Actually, I to be honest, I wasn't paying that much attention. I think actually that it was just one song shorter.
Okay. Like I looked at the set list, but I couldn't quite. They look the same as the forum, and I didn't really even notice one was missing.
Yeah, I mean we could look it up. I guess that is possible. Very professional podcast we have here. I don't see anything in this list that looks different from the forum. So.
We had a different.
But yeah, the stage was cool.
Stage.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about the stage.
Cool.
Everybody got very anxious about the stage, so I wanted to describe it.
It was triangles, right? From what I saw, so it's like one big triangle flanked by other like a Triforce Legend of Zelda kind of thing. So if you look at it from the top down, the flanking triangles I think went up and down, and at one point,
Yes.
our Avengers and Moa went up while Sue sang in the middle.
Right.
Pretty cool. I was kind of surprised, a little glad not to see the moving platform thing. I like to see new things, so new stage, new presentation, that's always welcome.
Oh right, yeah, not the octagon again.
Not the octagon on scissor lifts.
Right. Yeah, so those triangles were they also had like video screens on the side, and they pushed up and down. So
oh right.
And in fact, actually, there were definitely times where all three triangles were up except the middle, so that there was sort of like this pit
Okay.
in the middle, which also looked. I mean, that also looked pretty cool. That it with the video on the side of it, but a lot of people were just kind of freaking out about like how dangerous it seemed, because there really was no protection there. There's like a little in the front. There was like this little, I don't know, light railing or something like that, just, specifically to help them trip on it or something. But I mean, like otherwise, everything was fine.
They seemed fairly large. I don't think I would have been uncomfortable on top of them. And I'm not a seasoned performer.
Well, I mean, like, even at the forum, they were on a disc, right? I'm sure it wasn't a whole lot smaller or a whole lot bigger than the triangles anyway, and they've done triangles before.
But yeah, it's not the size so much as the lack of anything keeping them from falling off the edge.
Well, like, they've had other things with no protection as well, but I have more faith in them not falling than I guess some other people do.
Yeah, I just found that it was very. It certainly looked anxiety producing, but and maybe that's part of the point. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, really cool. It all worked out.
It looked cool. It looked cool. I'm impressed.
So what about the Avengers? We had at the St. Thomas Super Arena. We had Momoko.
Japan
Twice,
debut
yes.
Momoko.
And then in Osaka we had Riho twice, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, no Kano.
Yeah. So she's way behind in the show count now.
Yes. She's got lots of other things going on. I'm sure she was busy.
True. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if this is even worth talking about here, but she's part of this group called 1-5 that just sort of launched. It's I don't know. I don't know actually what it is, but it's some sort of little amuse pop group that contains 15-year-olds, I guess.
Yeah. Perfume 2.0 maybe.
Well, but what kind of name is that? It's like naming your band like 2019. Like, what happens after the year ends?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, no Kano.
But yeah. Anyway, she was not there. But the Kami band was Bo, Hideki, Omura, and Leda at all 4 shows. So
I'm sure there were
nice to
many
see.
people excited to learn that.
Yeah. No solos, but they were at least, the familiar Japanese Kami.
Yeah.
When was the last time we gotten a traditional solo from the Japanese Kami? Like, we got like Kaguro with the American Kami, or
Yeah, so Legend S probably, right?
Legend S.
Legend S,
Or-
yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Got the itch.
So that's a little weird, but oh well. But yeah, so that was good to have them back. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I guess a thought I had about the stages was just that, if you kind of look at what's happening, they do not move around very much, in like 2 dimensions. The octagon stage is not very big, and we were
Yeah.
entirely on that.
Mhm.
Now they're on these like little triangles, occasionally on different triangles, but it's not like we remember, IDZ and stuff, right? Where they used the whole stage, and now it's kind of strange how little space they need now.
That's
Yeah,
a
when you're
good-
not playing songs like that, you don't need to hold on a room.
That is an interesting fact to point out. I didn't really think about that.
Yeah, so they wound up having more space at these little shows on the little US shows and stuff.
Well,
And
I
they
don't know.
did use it there.
If they had their
Yeah.
own triangles, I suppose maybe they had more space because they weren't crammed onto the same octagon.
Yeah. But I'm not sure actually. To be honest, I did not watch these shows super carefully. I mean, I saw little bits of them, but so I don't know if they ever. I don't know if they ever. Well, I guess it was all just one big stage. So never mind.
Yeah.
What I was thinking about was the octagon, and I didn't know if they ever left the octagon in those shows that had them. But and I don't think they did actually. I mean, they sort of like came on stage and left, off the octagon. But I
Yeah,
think
they boarded and deboarded the octagon with the main stage. I don't think they actually performed off of the octagon.
Yeah. Very strange. But okay, let's see. So other things that happened. So before the shows, there was they tweeted out about the merch, and they had a shirt that had this weird little mystery logo. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah. Guy crossing
The
his
box?
arms.
Guy crossing his arms.
Are you
Well,
talking
see, I was
about-
thinking the
talking
3D
about the
box
three-
thing.
Yeah. So let's see. Does the link not work? Yeah. So the thing I was looking at was, I don't see a guy crossing his arms. It looks sort of like
Maybe I clicked the wrong one.
a dripping bee or something like that. Like it's several triangles, kind of like part of a radioactive sign or something.
Yeah. It was on. They had a keychain merch of it, and it
Mhm.
appeared on a shirt. Yeah, I know what you're talking. Like the Bluetooth logo.
Right.
I'm still drawing a blank.
Okay. Well, I mean, it looks like it should be symbolizing something, and so it was kind of interesting to speculate about that. People were talking about this for a little bit. It does kind of look like the Bluetooth logo, I guess.
Oh, I found it.
So I probably put this in here because I wanted to say my thought about it, which is that I think if you work at it, you can get all the letters of Baby Metal in there. Like, it's all sort of like superimposed with each other.
Oh, interesting.
So that's my thought. I don't know if that's right, but I don't know if we will ever know
See,
what's right, but
Can I go ahead and throw in just like a wild card prediction?
sure.
It's promotional merch for BMC.
So do you see a C in there somewhere?
No, but it does look. Of all the songs for that have to have merch related to it, I feel like that's more of the rappy style.
Is it?
No, probably not. But
Yeah, we're not showing you much mercy on your guess here.
I'm a big fan of the earplug container though.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we didn't have a chance to talk about that either. But they like one of their merch items were like earplugs, ear protectors, like the hi-fi kind.
Okay, I'm gonna reveal something about myself that I might be judged upon, but I don't care. I like fanny packs. I wear one currently, and I'm actually considering buying the Metal Galaxy fanny pack.
Okay.
Spend the money and
you are
enjoy
forgiven.
it.
Yeah, $40 is. I'm gonna look fly. Respect the drip, okay? That's all I ask.
Wow.
Yeah. That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah. I think yeah, so what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, I just like about the earplugs, I kind of like the fact that they're moving toward these functional gifts. You know, like we have the straws, we have the earplugs. But anyway, yeah, so and there's a couple new shirt designs that we will no doubt see on the eBay or whatever.
Wasn't super feeling the shirts, if I'm honest, for this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure that there's any that I'm gonna try to get, not having been there.
Yeah.
But let's see, what else to say?
We need to talk about the outro video.
Yes, that was the next thing I wanted to say. Did you say do you wanna read it? I have copied it in there.
Oh, have you now? I can do that. If I can find where you did the thing.
Oh, sorry.
The moment in Sun and Moon align, the vast metal galaxy appears as a sign that a new legend will begin. When the gods of the East and the gods of the West play a metal symphony at night, 3 fired arrows arc into the starry skies, transforming into the Avengers. The continuing odyssey of the metal galaxy will take us to a world we've never seen before.
What could this mean?
I don't know, but I'm really freaking excited for Legend Metal Galaxy in January now.
Yeah. This maybe more than anything made me really kind of believe that it's going to be something. You know, I mean, like I already kind of believed it was going to be something, but
well, they don't drop Legend in front of their concert titles willy-nilly. Every time we've had one, it's been special in some way.
Yeah.
Well, the gods of the East and the gods of the West and play a metal symphony, so that's you gotta almost assume that's the American kami and the Japanese kami playing side by side.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I mean, like, so at first I thought perhaps it just meant that they would, you know, each cover a night, but playing a symphony does sort of suggest that they are together.
Yeah.
So they'll have to figure out how to have like 2 drummers.
It's been done. I think of all the people to nail it, I think they're going to.
Yeah.
You know, that maybe I'd return to the kami solo with 10 kami dueling. That, I mean, that's one way to bring it back.
Yeah, that's true. Also, one way to make the shows longer.
Yeah.
45 minutes of just kami solo.
Yeah.
3 fired arrows arc into the starry skies, transforming into the Avengers. The continuing odyssey of the metal galaxy will take us to a world we've never seen before. I hate to say it, like, what if we get a song that's just the Avengers? Excluding Sumo. You doubt it
I
too?
doubt that.
But at a Legend show? No way.
I really don't think so. I just think they're going to do something like
maybe
the forum where they rotate them out.
Yeah, with all 3 maybe?
Yeah.
That sounds a lot more plausible.
It does seem like it's likely they would all be involved. I can't see, unless it's an instrumental, having all, all the Avengers.
That being stated, I don't think I would hate that. Like an instrumental with both commies.
And all the Avengers, but neither Sue nor Ma.
Exactly, yeah. No video, only audio.
So what you're saying is no baby metal on the stage at all?
Yeah. Sounds great.
No, but the idea of an instrumental album would be pretty dope. Like, I would listen to the entire album over again if
There is
were
one.
no words.
It's called
Is there?
yeah, it's the Kari Band album. Go support the Kari Band.
Yeah, although that's pretty distant from baby metal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like jazz fusion or something, is it not?
They've got a gent song on the album. It's really good,
Nice.
actually.
Like,
Okay.
my mindset's like live version of each of the songs on Metal Galaxy, like a live version of Night Night Burn, live version of all of that. But played with 2 drummers, 4 guitarists, 2 bass players. But that's probably never going to happen, ever.
I don't know that it would sound that good, to be honest, either, because then any kind of little error gets magnified.
That's also right.
Like any sort of out of sync anything. But anyway, it's going to be weird. Whatever it is, it's going to be weird. It's going to be epic and big and impressive, and it's not that long from now either. I mean, January is pretty soon.
Or completely disappointing.
Well, let's set our expectations super, super high. Then we can guarantee it's disappointing.
I think the most probable thing is going to be Eastern Comedy Night 1, Western Comedy Night 2, or vice versa. Then they're going to swap the Avengers throughout like they did with the Forum.
Yeah. It could be. It could be. I don't know how seriously to take the little lore message about the symphony, but
Yeah.
I mean, it was put up there to get us to think about it. And
oh yeah,
Go
we
high.
we are absolutely playing into their hands.
100%.
Yes, absolutely.
We are following exactly the path they have pointed us toward.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. I will be sure and tell you all about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait. It'll be very interesting to watch even from remotely here.
Mm-hmm.
But so you were already set to go?
I am all booked. Tickets, hotels, everything. I will be there.
Excellent. All right. Let's see. So another thing that was of interest in these shows was before. So there were 4 shows total. The first 2 were at Saitama Super Arena, and then there was a couple days break, and then there were 2 more shows at Osaka Joe Hall. And there was this weird tweet that happened right before the Osaka show with it was like this, grumpy Baby Bones thing saying, important announcement for those attending the shows, and linked to this like stern warning at on the official site that essentially said something like obey the signs, obey the video, whatever rules in the venue, or else the show might be stopped or canceled.
Yeah. Not a fun club.
So that was just the weirdest, grumpiest tweet I've seen.
So I guess people were pulling their phones out and turning their lights on during Shine.
Yeah, and there was a I mean, there's lots of rules that nobody follows, right? And I mean, I think there's something that says like no recording equipment, and I think it always has said that, and that people are still taking photos and stuff like this, even though in Japan they tend not to like put the phones up and record at length.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the speculation is basically that the rules before the Osaka Joe Hall shows did not include the don't use your phone lights, and the rules after did. Or maybe, in fact, it might be actually before any of these World Tour in Japan shows. And the speculation, probably the dominant speculation, is that they essentially had an effect planned for Shine, and it was being kind of ruined by everybody shining their phone light.
Makes sense with all the fog in the air, all the lights. If they have any kind of laser show going on, I feel like a lot of lights in the air could totally affect that.
Yeah.
I mean, other people were trying to say, well, if the camera lights are going to make them like confused and fall off the triangles or something, but that also seems
That's just silly.
Unlikely.
Yeah, I mean, the difference between the lights that illuminate them and the phone lights is so great. The phone lights do nothing when you're standing on stage looking out. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I believe that we still don't know what led them to do that. It does seem like they, at least in the second show, people did not use their phone lights. But that doesn't tell you anything. That just tells you that the audience decided to obey the rules.
Yeah, who knows? That's a weird one.
Yeah.
I mean, it could just be a muse not wanting to give people the opportunity or temptation to record. It could be just trying to make sure everybody who's in a pit can see without 10 million phones in the air. It could be ruining an effect, like you mentioned before. Who knows? I don't know. It's kind of silly.
I mean, I guess the thing is, it does seem like it was triggered by something. That like there was something that happened in the first two shows that they wanted not to happen in the second two. But and it could well be live streaming. That was another one that I didn't remember seeing before. Although the only real live stream I knew about was of the second shows. So
well, live streaming even in Japan has shown up on the rules before, explicitly saying do not live stream.
Okay.
I can't tell you off the top of my head which shows have explicitly stated that rule, but I've definitely seen it before.
Yeah. And I mean, it seemed to me like that would be a likely thing that would trigger it. But anyway, the idea, just even them saying aloud, like, if you don't obey the rules, we might just stop the show.
That's just a little ridiculous.
Unreal.
Like Koba saying, I'm going to turn this car around if you don't stop.
Yeah. Anyway, so I thought it was sort of interesting to observe that. But in the end, the shows went on, and it was very dark during Shine at the appropriate time. And it was impressive, apparently, to the people who were there. So, I mean, like, I guess it's good that the lights didn't go on. But we will have no way of knowing what it was like because no one was filming it.
Yeah.
So,
did anybody see if they had pro shot cameras out for either of these shows?
Statistically, probably.
From what I had heard, there weren't many cameras. The cameras may well have been just for the screen.
I see. Okay.
So, and it wouldn't surprise me really much if these didn't. I mean, I kind of like those. I would like to see those platforms. I would like to see Distortion in particular was really quite cool because they had the two back triangles up, and I think there was a chasm in the middle, and all of the triangles on their walls were playing the apocalyptic video as well as the big screen behind them, and it looked really, really good. From what I could gather from the terrible fan cam.
Right.
So I would love to see that again. But apart from that, I guess it wouldn't surprise me that much if they didn't release this, because there's going to be a lot of stuff to buy.
Well, like that stopped them before.
Yeah, I don't know, but still, it's a lot of shows very close together, very, very similar set lists.
Maybe they'll put a digest together. Maybe.
That would be all right. I would, I just want to see Distortion.
Sure.
So, let's see, another thing to mention. So, Bring Me the Horizon opened for BABYMETAL in all four of these shows, and there was a bit of griping about the, this stern message from Koba because, of course, there was plenty of phone lights and stuff. In fact, I think they were called for by Bring Me the Horizon beforehand. So, which kind of annoys me in a way because the rules didn't say you can use them during the opening band and not the later band. They should have just canceled the show like they said they were gonna. That'll show them. But so there were a couple of kind of behind the scenes tweets or photos. They took a picture of BABYMETAL with Bring Me the Horizon in a parking garage. Yep.
I mean, better than a gray wall or the khaki wall.
Yeah, you would think that these. It's surprising to me how I guess I would think Amuse would be fairly image conscious and stuff like that, but it doesn't feel like there's a lot of work that goes into like the planning of any of these photos. I mean, they bring the fancy lights and the photographer and stuff, but then they just like go, find some wall in a parking garage.
Well, that's part of it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to build a photo studio. Definitely looks more organic when it's just a behind the scenes backstage photo.
Yeah. And there was a little bit. So Bring Me the Horizon themselves, they posted. I think they did this before too, but they posted like a little short, like tour memory video that included actually some moving video of them doing that photo shoot. So it was kind of, you could sort of see a little better like how that was happening. I think there was like 6 seconds or something
in there. Like that.
Anyway, not much more to say about that except that there is a photo. Anything else that we wanted to say about these Japan shows?
I was like, I'd hate to say it that I was hoping for some kind of collaboration with Bring Me the Horizon, or that I was ever expecting one, but I think that would have been cool. I think that's been hyped up for a long time, of them doing something together besides taking photos.
Yeah, you're right. There was this they were playing together like adjacent to each other at a festival, a few months ago. And I remember people thinking like, oh, maybe they'll do something, but in fact, Bring Me the Horizon referred to BABYMETAL, and that's it. And like, if they were going to collaborate, this would have been a fairly good opportunity.
Yeah, you would have thought so.
So, who knows?
Oh well.
But of course, it's possible that they did collaborate. I mean, that happened, like not in view, but I mean that's how we got the Joachim Broden, right?
Yeah, true.
He showed up, did DNC, and in the background did some recording for tracks.
Already working on album number 4.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess the next thing that's in the show notes here is a bunch of feature shows that have been sort of announced, I guess. So the Clock and Flap show didn't happen. I think it already didn't happen. I think it would have happened yesterday.
Yeah, at the time of recording, it is come and gone.
Yeah. They first announced what the schedule was, but then they canceled it due to the local conditions. The whole festival got canceled, so I would say this still doesn't count as BABYMETAL having canceled. And then there's a couple summer festivals. So the Pulp Summer Slam Festival is in Manila, May 16th, 2020. Iron Maiden is headlining, and Dragon Force is also playing. So that's pretty cool. In the Philippines, I guess, right?
Yep.
In the Mall of Asia, which is abbreviated as MOA, which I think is also pretty cool. Let's see. Oh, they announced Download Festival 2020 in the UK, that is. So they are playing Sunday, June 14th, and that is just after they play in Switzerland at the Greenfield Festival that was announced before. And they're playing June 19th at the Grasspop Festival in Belgium. So there's a little run of European festivals right in there, and quite possibly, maybe they will do some headline shows, although that's actually pretty close to when they were just there doing headline shows. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Apart from that, so there's actually been very little talk about this, I feel, but there's a couple of the one only shows that they announced. They're not even on, I don't think they're even on their tour page. Like the official page doesn't list them. But these are Apocrypha, Another Galaxy. They are December 16th and December 17th, so actually very soon, at Zepp Diversity Tokyo. And they're entirely the one only. I think it's the capacity of this place is... I've seen other people playing here, actually. Have they played here before? I think they maybe
Diver
some
City?
of the...
Yeah, I think they have.
Yeah, I think some of the Fox Festival shows were there or something. But anyway, it's little. It's like 1,100 to 2,500-ish capacity.
So
that's
right.
Weird. I'm very curious to know what happens. I mean, so there's a message that they sent out, and sort of part of the announcement, and it says something like, this is I think a human translating it actually, but Chosen ones of the one. The Fox God orders a gathering. There's another story in the Metal Galaxy journey. Are you ready to headbang? The one, the chosen person, gathers to unlock the seal. So, whatever. There is another story in the Metal Galaxy journey. Seems possibly interesting. The fact that it's Apocrypha seems possibly interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how this is going to differ from just like a regular show.
Yeah,
Any thoughts about it?
Maybe they. I would like to say that maybe they do something a little bit extra for just the one members. So like, I bet security's gonna be tighter, like the no cell phone recording or light rule. I feel like that may be more enforced because I have been to shows where they straight up don't allow cell phones in the building at all. And then maybe they do some special stuff with songs they haven't played yet.
Well,
but
I have to say I really, really hope they don't do that because I'm not going to be there.
Exactly. My best prediction is this is going to be like a more local, like more private show for the one members. Obviously, I think it's going to be less of a massive deal like the Forum or any of these other shows that are. Like even some of my other favorite bands, like say Beartooth for example, they play really small venues from time to time just to get a more intimate feel with the crowd, and maybe that's what they're looking for with these. Wanting to get to know their real fans, or like the bigger fans, I guess you could say. Though it's hard to judge.
Yeah, maybe they just want to experiment again. Can't do that in an arena. I don't know. Yeah. I wouldn't read too much into it. I'm not reading too much into it. I think they just saw an opportunity to maybe just have well, no, not well. I mean, they're not going to make a ton of money on a 1,000-person venue, right?
Well, but if each person has to pay so much a year just to be entered into the lottery. I mean, I don't know. Maybe maybe they're looking for perks for people to join the lottery, or to join the one.
Well, sure, they're always doing that. I don't know. I think maybe it's just a well, we don't have anything for a while. Let's keep our performance chops sharp until we get to Legend Metal Galaxy and throw a one show kind of in this gap.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and I think there might actually be something to the idea that Japan really doesn't get these little shows. I mean, like, so except for those Japanese fans who fly out to the U.S. to see the little shows,
sure.
This is an opportunity to see something that's not, that's not the huge production, but just kind of like can be on the barrier and stuff. So.
Well, they used to get these. They haven't in a long time.
Yeah, but I can sort of see too, why it might not be. I mean, I'm sure they would sell out immediately, but it would be, I don't know. I can see it not being too cost effective for them.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's actually just them being nice, in a way. I don't know how hard it was to get in. I obviously I didn't attempt to enter this lottery. I think this one was even a harder lottery to enter than usual.
So. Yeah, I didn't even try. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Even if I won.
Anyway, but yeah, so I think it'll be interesting to see what happens. It's actually, it's going to be like a couple weeks away, 3 weeks away or something. So
yeah, I'm sure we'll find out. Stay tuned to Twitter.
Another thing that was, I don't know, interesting. I don't even know if I want to even say it, but the Grass Pop Festival in Belgium they put together this biography. They announced all the shows all the acts that they have, and they have this biography of BABYMETAL that says, BABYMETAL's the biggest metal sensation, blah 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 blah, and then at the end it says, in 2017 the trio were reduced to a duo when Yui Metal had to quit the band due to persisting health issues. Although expectations are that she will rejoin at some point in the future. It's like,
yeah, I don't know about that. That's a pretty huge leap from a Western journalist.
Yeah, I know. But it's still, it was surprising to read it, I have to say.
Yeah.
I suspect that they did base that on absolutely nothing at all. But anyway.
Or, I don't know.
Well, they based it on, expectations of their own, perhaps.
Yeah, or reading online communities and things like that. Who knows?
Yeah, I guess that's true that there's no shortage of people who, and perhaps I feel a little bad saying it in this way, but no shortage of people who believe they know what's happening and are wrong.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not among them, but I could be. Anyway, I think that was about it for the future shows part. So the next big thing that I wanted to say, unless is anything else you wanted to say about the shows?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
We'll find out.
I think the next big thing is that we got the one edition announcements that we had been waiting for. Mm-hmm. So now we no longer speculate about will we get Legend M, how will Yokohama be figuring into that, all that stuff. They're selling them both independently, is what they're doing.
Yes, they are.
So the Yokohama shows Baby Metal Awakens, The Sun Also Rises. That's the littler of the two sets. So that one has it's just a Blu-ray, and then two audio CDs. It's 9,900 yen. So it's, whatever, not super, super expensive, but only super expensive. And I guess, it's it's in a pre-order period. It will ship off basically on Fox Day. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, I mean, it looks nice, but there's not a lot to this one. It's just
I didn't order that one.
Oh. How could you not? Yeah. Well, yeah, and I guess that one we've seen a little bit of that already on WoW, right?
Yes, we have.
So, I don't know how pretty it's going to actually look, but the little picture of it that they have looks very pretty. Like they've done a good job with their marketing photo.
Yeah.
But the big one is Legend M. So Baby Metal Rises, Beyond the Moon, Legend M. I can't pronounce that today, but that one has, again, a Blu-ray, 2 CDs, and then like a 50-something page booklet. It says, I think, and I didn't copy it down. 56 pages.
56 pages, yeah.
Yeah.
I did order that one.
Yeah. And it does include Shine. So.
Yes. Moabanger and Shine.
Yep.
What's interesting about that, I have it open here, and they list track 2 as Vixen.
Oh, what is
that? In English.
Oh, yes, I see. Okay. Now I know what it is.
Yes.
I thought it was a new song, but...
No.
That's A Smart's terrible auto-translation.
Yes.
How did that happen? I guess it's written in Japanese. That's why. When you read it in the title, it's Tsumagitsune written out.
Yeah.
And so
it's just interesting. And track 8 is Yaba.
Yeah.
Osmart's terrible translation matrix doing wonders again.
I feel like this is worse. I've never seen it this bad before, actually.
I've never seen it miss Megitsune.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a new one. Anyways, doesn't matter.
Yeah, Gimme Chocolate is written. It's written in, all of it is basically like if it was written in Japanese, then it came out wrong. Basically.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so if you go to order these things and you see that, don't worry, it's not a new song that you somehow missed. It's just bad translation.
Yeah. Oh, I see that on the left side, they have this instructions about like how to order this. You have to in order to order these, of course, because they are the one editions, you have to be a member of the one.
Yes.
But at the very end it says, when inputting a metal name, please even input metal, the hyphen metal part.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had read that, I would have saved myself some anxiety. I'm like, what, did I forget my password? What's going on? Why it's not working?
Yeah, I did the same thing. It took me a minute.
Anyway, it feels like it's going to be so long before these are available. I mean, April is so far away. I don't want to wait that long. The other thing too is that the forum, so this is getting back to that thing about there being so many things to buy. I mean, surely they're going to sell the forum also, right?
I would think so.
I think in January we're going to get sometime. I don't think we know yet, but we're going to get the WoW is going to show some of the forum at least.
Well, they did the makeup quote live viewing already as we record this, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think it was like a month after, so it was November 11th probably.
Yeah, something like that. And then I think I remember reading WoW was going to broadcast it sometime in January, end of January. I think after Metal Galaxy, Legend of Metal Galaxy.
I don't know. It actually never occurred to me to see, like, it was, I don't, as far as I know, we don't have a date for the broadcast yet. But, and when is Metal Galaxy? I don't have it in front of me, but, when is it?
24th and 25th?
Okay. Yeah, because I think that they have a fairly good track record of, like, broadcasting on the same days. So it's quite possible that it'll be right there.
No, sorry, 25th, 26th.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I guess we'll get to see a little bit in January. But if they're gonna have the one edition, what I'm hoping that they will not do, and yet what I'm assuming that they will do, is delay it just long enough so that you have to be a the one member for next year.
Probably.
Anyway.
Well, you're gonna have to join anyway, so that you can apply for Super Mosh for the October 10th anniversary special show.
That's true.
It's not like you're not going to get the one anyway.
And honestly, well, I mean, yeah, I was gonna anyway, of course, but still, it just feels like, I guess with what we have so far, we're doing okay for like things to get on this year's the one.
Yeah, it's really not that bad. And you got to remember too, there was an album, right? So there's a abnormally large amount of things if you're a collector to buy. There won't be as much stuff next year, for example.
Yeah, probably. Speaking of, they keep being in magazines, and it's getting a little out of hand to try to buy 2 of each of them. Actually, yeah, maybe there's a couple more of those I can talk about. Maybe I'll skip ahead to just mention those. They were in an issue of Young Guitar. I think they were on the cover, right? So they had they were holding these like
the giant guitars.
All this stuff was interlocked, but holding these crazy 9-string guitars. And they like immediately after that, in the next Young Guitar issue, they're in it again. They have a score for Dada Dance in it. And that's, so did you guys look at this? It has the lyrics in it, and so it also claims to have the lyrics for Ma's rap.
Yes.
I have not seen this.
They can't be right. They can't be right. I kind of wonder like where they got them. So one place where I feel like they can't be right is there's a thing that happens kind of in the backtrack, I guess, that I have no idea what they're actually saying. It sounds like baby, 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 and then I have always heard like run away, although that doesn't actually make any sense. But the way it's transcribed is as baby, baby, baby dancing. It's absolutely not what they're saying. I don't know what they're saying, but it isn't that.
Yeah.
Other people have said, well, maybe it's baby metal in there somewhere, but I don't think that's it either. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
As soon as I read that, I stopped believing.
If it doesn't come from BABYMETAL themselves, take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, and I mean, you might have thought that at least being published in a magazine, they would have had some special access, but I'm pretty skeptical.
Yeah.
But actually, there was one thing that was sort of interesting about this, sort of sidetracking into a little bit of a tangent, I guess, is that if you look at the words that are in that rap part, the part that we didn't have lyrics for before, it's surprising actually how much actually one thing that they did put words to is the growl says something at the very end that I barely heard, but they listed it as saying survival dance.
Yeah.
And so, but the weird thing is, okay, so, and it's possible that, I'm not sure what the causal order of this is. It's quite possible that whoever is transcribing that rap had this theory first, but there's a group called TRF, which I did not know before, but they are apparently like a very popular, very well-known and popular pop group of some kind in Japan. And they have songs called Easy Do Dance, Overnight Sensation, Boy Meets Girl, Survival Dance. Boy Meets Girl was the ending credits song to like an anime that was called Da Da Da.
Uh-huh.
It feels like there's a lot of things that kind of like coalesce in one spot here that make me think that can't be coincidence, although I really don't know exactly what to make of it. But it's almost like everything Moa was saying was just like listing TRF songs.
Huh. Okay.
So anyway.
We'll probably never know for sure.
No. But it makes me feel slightly better about like Easy Do Dance. If that really is,
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's an insane thing for her to say, except if it's just, saying a title. So, anyway, the rest of the world can think about that. And, we'll see how that comes. But, I don't know. Anyway, thought it was interesting. They were also just announced, back to the magazine topic, they were just announced as being in the January 2020 issue of Burn, BURRN magazine. I don't know anything about that. I ordered it.
Of course you did.
But
safe assumption at this point.
Yeah. But yeah, actually, maybe we can go back to the guitars. So, and anyone else want to say the guitar thing since I've been talking?
Yeah, I got the guitar thing. They're made by ESP, great company, very high quality. I actually own an LTD, which is made by ESP, similar to like the Epiphone and Gibson situation. Epiphone's made by Gibson. But this ESP collaboration with BABYMETAL model, it's the E2 MF-9. It's 9-string. Though I can't find any technical specifications, which is like one of the main things keeping me from like taking out a loan and buying it right now. It's
they're not cheap. It's like $3,200.
Yeah, and it's like before tax it's under $3,000, but not including tax or shipping, it's probably close to $32,000 to $35,000. Though I'm looking for an extended range guitar, like 7 or 8 strings. 9 strings a bit extreme. And
yeah, you think?
I don't think, though my problem is like I'm looking for a guitar that I want to play. I'm trying to take my playing to the next level by adding more strings. That's not the right way to do it, but I want to do it. Who's gonna, aside from people like me who are trying to get adventurous, who's gonna buy a 9-string guitar?
Collectors.
Well, yeah, exactly. Collectors only. So like I don't see this guitar being wildly successful. I'll compare it to like the last guitar they released, the Arrow. Like I wanted that one too, and I don't really see them anywhere.
A ton of people bought the Arrow.
I've never seen one. I've seen 2 on eBay, and they were
I've never seen a DeLorean in person, but tons of people bought them.
Oh, I've seen. You're right. I've seen 3 DeLoreans, by the way. They're dope.
Did they work?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
think they're notoriously terrible, but
in my defense, I work at a car wash.
Okay.
Huh.
No,
yeah.
I totally want one. Like, I feel like if I can, over the next year and a half, if I can come up with $3,500, probably more at that point, I'd consider buying one.
Yeah, and you can order them all the way up until October 31st, 2020. So
okay, perfect.
There's time left. Yeah, I don't know. It would be fun. It'd be neat to have, but it's the same with the Arrow. Like, I can't imagine actually doing, like, playing it. I mean, like,
yeah,
certainly not outside my house.
See, like, I thought it was like I said, I hesitate to buy it because I can't see the specifications. Like, I know ESP only makes good stuff, but on the other hand, I want it to sound good. I want more than their logo, their album art on the front of a guitar. I want a guitar.
Well, yeah, we should say it does have the album art on the front of the guitar.
Yes, yeah. If I'm gonna pay $3,500 for a guitar, I want it to play like a $3,500 guitar because I can go out and buy any other top shelf ESP guitar for $3,500 and never ever need to buy another one.
Is that a top shelf guitar? I don't know anything about guitars. Where does that fall?
Pricing, that's like high end. That's like professional level. Like,
okay.
The one I've been playing that I thought was super nice cost me about $1,200 total.
I see.
Yeah.
And where did the Arrow price or fall on that spectrum?
I want to say it was like 19. I could be totally wrong. Like 1,900. And that was like it always sketchy because it says mini. It says MF7 mini. Or like
wait, no,
that's
there's two.
that's a totally
We haven't
different-
talked about the
oh.
we haven't talked about the mini yet.
I,
So the MF9 is the full size, the one the one that they are holding on the cover, and basically as large as they are.
that's the full size guitar.
Yeah, and they have for A-Smart is going to sell a mini one, MF7, so it's a 7-string guitar, I assume. And that's actually, you can only order that in like early December. So December, is that really true? It's the one only, December 1 to December 20th on A-Smart. So I guess if you want that, you have to be quick about it. But that one is smaller.
Man, if they would have came out with like a full size 7-string for like cheaper than $3,500, I would have probably picked that up in a heartbeat, because that's my original plan, was to get a nicer 7-string.
Wasn't that the speculation of what the Mini 7 might be? The 7-string version?
Yeah, but I think it's scaled down. I think it's a smaller scale.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
We'll find out, I guess.
it was called MF7 Mini, so
Yeah, I'm assuming
the
it's
mini part suggests.
So was the Arrow was also mini. I think it was overall short.
Well, there were two.
Yeah, more.
There's a big and a little arrow.
The minis are more sized to the girls of Baby Metal, and the non-mini ones are more for traditional playing.
I
Right.
see.
And also sort of related to this, I guess you can get on iSmart, they're going to have a pick set, the one only from December 1st.
I need somebody to order those for me.
Yeah.
I
know
make
the
that
one
serious. No, I
Blasphemy.
say I would do it, but I never have money to order stuff or enter a lottery. And if I were to win a lottery, I wouldn't be able to fly to Japan.
Yeah.
There's from an economical point of view, I'd rather take that $100 and put it in my gas tank.
Well, you get a shirt though, right? Or a
You do
towel,
get a
depending
shirt.
on what year.
You get a shirt or a towel or a smaller towel or a beach towel.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day in the future, I'll commit.
The guitars, they actually used these the actual ESP guitars at the Osaka show, and they are currently on display somewhere in Osaka now. And in fact, somebody was saying, if you look at the cover of the young guitar that they were on the cover of, I think Moa was holding a guitar that had a pink string in the middle, and that the guitar that's on display in Osaka has a pink string in the middle, so maybe it's the same one.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's meaningful, but there you go. Is that it? Maybe that's enough.
I think that's
on
enough.
The guitars.
That's enough on the guitars.
Another thing that they are selling is there's this thing from Ground Y Clothing, which is Yojiya what is it? I can't even read it. Something like Yoji Yamamoto. Anyway, that's whoever it is that's behind Ground Y. There's a little, small fashion collection of things that you can get.
This was advertised as a collaboration, right? Or am I misremembering that? Wasn't it tweeted out as a collaboration with Ground Y?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
I feel like that holds a little bit more weight as a statement. Collaboration with them, aside from just, oh hey, we're working with these people. Check out these new merch.
Well, yeah, I mean it's official and it's higher end, and so therefore expensive.
Yes.
Get money.
But I mean it's a little bit like the what was it called? It's still even around, but what is the name of that? The other things that they were selling, the other clothes they were selling.
Yeah, I know what you're
BMD
talking about.
Fox Apparel.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's the one.
I think this is basically the same kind of thing, except now with a specific designer.
Makes sense.
It looks a little better, but it's still a little out there for me.
I have to look at it again. Is it the same? Is it the same stuff as like the fanny pack, like the same design with the sun and moon?
Kind of.
I'll have to look at it again. I looked at it once, but it's been a minute.
It's like take the Metal Galaxy merch they've been pushing since the tour started and give it to a high-end fashion person to put on clothing, and you're there.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to find the photos of it now, but I really certainly can't imagine wearing it. But I mean, I'm not the audience here anyway.
No.
So.
Yeah, I don't think they're appealing to us whatsoever. But
I kind of like the the black with sort of like red fire design. But I still don't see me wearing it.
Yeah, I can't see where I would ever wear that. Like if I'm trying to be threatening walking through the fairgrounds at night or something, maybe, but I can't picture myself in that at all.
Yeah, and can't imagine under what circumstance I would be trying to walk through a fairgrounds trying to be threatening.
Yeah.
Either, but
don't worry about it.
Okay, all right. Yes. We will not ask. Okay. Anyway, I think we may hit. I guess we maybe hit most of the high points here of like what has happened since we recorded last. Yeah, there's a couple other like little newsy things that are so little that they probably aren't worth mentioning. So, is there anything that you were thinking that we should talk about that I have forgotten?
No, I don't think so. I mean, there's some little tiny things that came out there. McMurdy came out with another print that sold out in an hour. Magazines. Yeah, I think we're pretty much there. Next up, the one shows at Diver City.
Yeah. I don't know I'm not sure if we'll record before then. We might not actually, just because it kind of seems like at some point the news has to slow down, right? What could possibly happen between now and then?
Yeah,
but,
who knows?
Anyway, yeah, I guess that is the next thing, and there really there's not a very long break at all. I mean, in anything. I mean, so middle of December they're going to be doing these diversity shows, and then they're already, then it'll be January and they'll do the Legend Metal Galaxy, and then it'll get to be February and they'll start doing the European tour.
Busy ladies.
Yeah, it's like there's never more than like 2 or 3 weeks free in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that lasts like all the way until August or something like that.
Something like that. Tell. Yeah, they're going hard.
Insane. So, all right, then I guess we can call that it. And so I will say that's it for this episode. You can join us on the Baby Metal Podcast Discord to continue the conversation. Rating the podcast on whatever platform you listen on will help people find it, so please do that. And we'll be back here in 2 or 3 weeks, and we hope you'll join us then. And until then, see you.